Hello and welcome to Sports Lounge Media. This is John Hamilton with the SLM Bets. We are here at Toledo Casino today, and we are going to be talking about sports betting. We're going to kind of go over a little bit of the introductions of everything. So yes, guys, welcome. Again, my name is John Hamilton. I am the sports betting specialist with the SLM Bets with Sports Lounge Media. Welcome, welcome. Again, we are at Toledo Casino here at the DraftKings Lounge. So we're going to be talking about a couple things. First on how to bet, where to bet, and what to bet on. So the first thing that you guys need to know is always bet responsibly. Do not bet anything beyond your means of what you guys can afford to throw away. And this is what we're going to go under. All right, so where to bet? You can go to your local casino as long as your state guidelines attribute to you being allowed to go and bet on sports. Sports betting is a lot of fun. There's a lot of upsides to betting because you're betting on real life players and real life things that happen inside of professional and collegiate sports. With betting, you need to know what you're betting on. So Vegas gives things called over and unders and odds. Overs and unders and odds. Let's break that down. So the overs and unders. Overs and unders are going to be what's going to be favored to bet on or against. The overs and the unders will have certain percentages of what you guys can bet on. And with that being said, you typically want to bet on the safest bet if you're looking for an immediate return. If you're looking on a bigger return, you want to bet on the favorable or the non-favorable outcome of your bet. Going into money lines, that's what we're going to be focused on mainly with the SLM bets. There will be specialty bets when you guys do attribute and subscribe to the SLM Sports Lounge Media. We are going to be having a subscription service coming very shortly in August and in September that you guys can follow for bigger and better outcomes of your bets. Nothing is guaranteed. However, there's a strong outcome that you will be making some positive wins on some of the bets that we're going to be having for this year. So, as you can see down below, if you guys are familiar with betting, we have a NFL bet that is going to be free for this week for you guys. It is a free money line bet that you want to do as a parlay. You definitely want to follow and subscribe for further bets with the Sports Lounge Media. So the free 3 picks with the pick parlay for week 1, you are going to be looking at money line on the Eagles. Add that to the money line on the Steelers. Then you're going to add the money line on the Broncos. This is going to be a plus 165 odds. You want to follow for the entire weekly picks that we're going to be giving out to you guys. Now, Vegas. Let's talk Vegas. Let's talk betting. Let's talk odds. Right now, on the division games for futures, when you go into futures on your phone, your app, or your casino, where we're at Toledo Casino and the DraftKings Lounge right now, you want to go into futures. You're going to go into division winners. This is how you add your parlays. You are going to click. Let's say you pick the Ravens. Ravens, let me lower the screen here. Ravens. Going to my bets, my apologies. You're going to go into here. Let's say you pick the Ravens. You're going to start stacking your bets, okay? This is called money lines. You are just taking the straight up a winner, not throwing any unders, and not throwing up prop lines. That's not what you want to do. What you want to focus on is betting the safe bets, okay? So for the free 3, for the first week on the money line, you're going to be taking the Eagles, the Steelers, and the Broncos. That's a plus 165. If you were to bet 100, you're going to come out with 265. Now, let's talk about teams and what they're projected to do. Vegas has for the divisions for the initial start out of the season. They have the Ravens taking the AFC North. They have the AFC East with the Buffalo Bills at a negative 280. That means if you bet $100, you're going to come out with $72 in profit on a $100 bet. Next is going to be the AFC South. They have the Houston Texans taking down that division. Next favored from Vegas is going to be the AFC West, a very complicated division in my personal opinion. There's going to be a lot of swings and upsets throughout the season. They have the Kansas City Chiefs. My personal opinion, I have the Broncos coming out on top in this division. Bo Nix being 10-7 in the division. Last year as a rookie quarterback, I don't see a sophomore slump with them, attributing to a lot of pieces defensively and offensively. They're shorter running back of being a Super Bowl champion team, in my opinion. NFC North, Detroit Lions are favored. They're a plus 150, so they're not definitive for taking that division behind. It's going to be plus 250 Packers, plus 350 Vikings, and plus 450 Bears. Moving into the NFC East, it is a easy sweep with the Eagles. Nothing is guaranteed, but Vegas has them out negative 130. And then the NFC South, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And then the NFC West, another complicated division, is going to be the 49ers favored. However, I think that the Rams will end up taking that division. Now, moving along the lines of everything of what we have, we're going to be talking about how to stack your money lines and parlays to get the most favorable outcome and the best featured payouts. Okay, so let's just say that we take all of Vegas's recommendations. If you were to bet on everything that Vegas has right now, the Ravens, the Bills, the Texans, the Chiefs, the Lions, the Eagles, the Bucks, and the Niners. If you were to bet on it, it is a plus 19,147 odd payout. So betting $100 would pay out $19,247.89, which is an insane payout. That is a massive payout for what they are contributing for $100. The likelihood of that for all these teams being the division winners is very slim. There's a lot of things to calculate in that. Our team's going to have trades by week 9? Are our team's going to have injured players? Are they going to perform as expected? All these are huge factors. This is why the payout is so big on the initial payout. So let's go over the ones that we did on our video prior. Okay. I'm going to say Ravens is a strong choice. The Bills are a strong choice. I would put the Texans as a strong choice. I would not put the Chiefs as a strong choice. I would stay away with that division. I would stay away from the NFC North. I would take the Eagles in that division. Stay away from the NFC South and stay away from the NFC West. If you do this, it does drop the odds significantly. So the more you stack in your parlays and the more that you stack in your odds, the higher the payout is going to be. With having a 4-pick parlay, it is still a plus 760. If you were to bet 100 on that, it would be an 860 payout. This is a very reasonable payout for picking 4 teams that will likely win the division. Again, nothing is guaranteed. That is why it's called betting. So what I want you to pay attention to is weekly updates on all of the stuff that Sports Lounge Media is performing for you guys. Player updates, trades, drama in the locker room, and what's going to go down each week within the NFL. So with this being said, this is a favorable outcome for a bet to actually happen. However, since this is under the future and it's under division winners, it is not likely that you're going to be paid out soon. You have to wait till the season is over for these to attribute to your bank account. Now, let's clear these bets. Let's talk about game lines. We're going to talk about week 1. Week 1, we have Dallas and Philadelphia playing each other. Vegas favors Philadelphia on a negative 325. That's an easy pick for a safe bet. You want to stack this for better odds and better payouts. They have the Chiefs versus the Chargers. Are the Chargers going to come out with a bang at home? It's an uncertainty bet. This is not something that I would recommend stacking in your first money line with Sports Lounge. I want to go safe bets for you guys because this is what's going to make you guys want to keep coming back. So, Commanders versus Giants. Is Cam Scatterboo going to be the running back that everyone thinks? Did they up their offensive line? Is the quarterback situation going to be definitive with Russell Wilson? There's a lot of players that don't want to play under Russell Wilson, even though he's a clear choice to be the best quarterback as a start. I would probably pick the Commanders. However, let's stay away from that one too. Let's think safe. Next is the Bengals and Browns. And you would immediately think that the Bengals with Joe Burrow, T. Higgins, Jamar Chase is going to be the definitive outcome winner. However, it is at Cleveland. The Bengals typically start very slow in the season. And not only that, the Browns play that division very, very tough. So stay away from that one, even though, yes, I would probably say the Bengals are going to win this. Next is going to be Arizona at the Saints. Both indoor teams, but it's down in Louisiana in the beginning of the season. Are they going to come out with the unknown? Is Spencer Rattler starting? Still some uncertain indefinitives in that. Likely Cardinals will. Cardinals still perform a really good defense, and they have Marvin Harrison Jr. You're going to stay away from that bet completely. Raiders and Patriots. It is favored that the Patriots win at Foxborough against Raiders. The Raiders, however, I think are a little bit more of a complete team with solid veteran key pieces. I am not betting that money line. Pittsburgh Steelers and the Jets. I am taking the Steelers to win that. Mike Tomlin is one of the most winning coaches of all time. Aaron Rodgers is a very good bet. He also has some solid wide receivers to throw to. I am taking the Steelers in that money line. Panthers and Jags, East Coast game against the Big Cats. I would stay away from that completely. Bryce Young is probably going to have a little bit of an outbreak year, and the Jacksonville Jaguars stepped up with Travis Hunter. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Stay away from stacking out on your first money line with us. Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Falcons. Both teams could absolutely take that division. I think them playing each other, especially with being at Atlanta's home, I'm going to stay away from this game completely. Miami Dolphins and the Colts both are at a negative. Vegas has a very 50-50, slightly favored to the Dolphins. Too early to tell. I probably would go Dolphins in this if you were going to bet. Tennessee Titans at the Denver Broncos Mile High Stadium. Tennessee Titans are a huge uncertainty of how they're even going to perform this year, and Cam Ward starting at the quarterback helm. I am 100% taking the Broncos in this as a stack to your first money line. You want to do this. This is going to give you the best opportunity. Denver Broncos play extremely hard in their opening games. I would definitely take the Broncos in this money line. Right now, we're at a plus 165, guys. Let's talk about the 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks. The Seattle Seahawks have Sam Darnold at the helm. They have Cooper Kupp, solid wide receiver, but hasn't produced like he did in the 2021 season. Are we going to see the same thing coming in? San Francisco has a lot of players that are healthy coming back. They have Christian McCaffrey, Brock Purdy. They have Kittle. They have Fred Warner. They have a healthy defense. They have a strong D line now. I would take the 49ers on this, and Vegas would as well. They're a negative 122. The Seattle plus 102. However, it is at Seattle at Lumen Field. Probably stay away from this one. I personally would take the 49ers. And then we're going to go into the Texans and the Rams, both huge defensive teams at LA. Matthew Stafford being slightly more experienced with a better wide receiver core. It would be safe to take the Rams in this, but there is no guarantee that CJ Stroud doesn't come in and ball out. I'm going to stay away from this one. Typically, for most of the season, until I do a deep dive and have you guys go into the subscription service and to the Sports Lounge Media bets, I'm going to do very baseline, very rough, very free picks for you guys so you guys can pay attention to what I would recommend. There's no guarantees, but there's really good outcomes. Ravens and Bills, stay away from this one as well. So the Lions and Packers and Ravens and Bills week one, staying away from. Let's also talk about the Vikings and the Bears. So this is going to be one that I'm going to have for you guys to kind of talk to right here. So I'm going to put this up. So question on a Q&A, who wins week one on Monday Night Football? Vikings or the Bears? It is at Chicago. Vikings are an indoor team. They have to play on the outdoor team. The only benefit, it's still summer/fall when they have to play. Are the Vikings going to perform under JJ at the quarterback helm? I personally think he will. I think that a lot of people are undervaluing him. I think that the Vikings franchise is phenomenal with developing quarterbacks inside of the NFL, and they would not gamble and put all the money on JJ and getting rid of Sam Darnold, who did perform in the regular season, if they're not going to do well. Chicago, brand new team, brand new coach. Second year for Caleb Williams. Do we see him perform just as good as he did last year? Worse, better? I don't know. A lot of people have faith in him. Bears are favored in this. Bears also have a solid defense. They also picked up Loveland in the draft. This is going to be a tough one. I'm not 100% sure. I think this is going to be a defensive game. I would probably stay away from this one in week one. This does put us at our original free pick money line. So for your parlay, again, we're going to go over this. Pick the Broncos, pick the Steelers, and pick the Eagles. If you want a little bit more cushion and a payout, I feel like it would be very safe to pick the Commanders against the Giants at Washington. It would be safe to pick the Bengals against the Browns. Again, the Browns do play that division very rough. They do have Myles Garrett on the pass rush. It could be risky. Cardinals, a little bit of uncertainty because I don't have a lot of faith in Kyler Murray personally. They are favored on paper. I'm going to stay away from that one. Another one that I would recommend kind of going into would be the Rams, just with the veterans they have. Matthew Stafford being a very poised quarterback, I would put him on there as well. Guys, I want you to definitely answer in the chat right now who you think is going to win, the Vikings or the Bears. If you take these teams on these 6 picks, it brings it up to a plus 718. Now, how you guys can do this, if your state allows it, you can download DraftKings. You can get a first time promotional bet where they will match what you deposit up to a certain amount. You can get a free money back on one bet. You can take one money line and bet. If you do this, let's take a very favorable one that's likely going to happen. Let's take the Eagles against the Cowboys. I think out of all these, that's going to be the safest one. If you take the Eagles and you bet 100, it will give you a $30.76 payout on a $100 bet. Now, that doesn't seem like a lot, but it's because it is a very safe bet. Doesn't mean it's guaranteed. It is a high likelihood of that happening. Now, going into, I would stack it with the Broncos, and then just with those two alone, betting 100, your payout is going to be, wow, 249.63. 249.63 under a $100 bet. I feel like it's a very favorable odds of happening with the Broncos being at home and Philadelphia being at home. Two solid winning teams last year on their records. And I think Philadelphia is definitely going to be the team to beat. It is a division game, but the Cowboys are playing in Philadelphia, which is not an easy place to play. Stacking this up could definitely be a very awesome bet for your first time betting under here. There are other apps that you can use. You can use Fansbase. You can use Hard Rock. You can go to your local casino, depending what state you're in, and do money slips. Please pay attention to Sports Lounge Media. Please follow there. You guys are going to have a phenomenal season with good payouts. Last year, I did go 86%, which is going to be 16% more than what Vegas did last year. Again, look at the free teasers right below the free 3 on the plus 165 odds on your money parlay. Hey, what up, sir? So follow for weekly picks, guys. This is going to be one of the safest places to bet. We're not doing extensive money lines. We're not stacking too much. If you want that inside information of what I pick and how I win and how I'm so successful, you guys need to subscribe to Sports Lounge Media. We are going to be having a monthly subscription basis for you guys, and these will have bigger payouts with bigger odds. Nothing is guaranteed, and I never want you to gamble anything that you guys can't put away. I want you guys to bet safely and responsibly. If you guys have any issues with gambling, there's a 1-800 number you can call. Please Google it. If you feel like you're having a hard time stopping your gambling, please go there. Now, let's talk about, yes, can't wait. Let's talk about this, guys. Questions and answers. Who wins week 1? Is it going to be the Vikings? Is it going to be the Bears? I think the Bears are the team that is trailing behind. Vegas does have them at a negative 100, which means Vegas is favoring the Bears to win at home for their game opener. I don't see it that way. I personally take the Vikings. Would I bet on this for week one? Probably not. But if you guys want to see every single team that I bet on week one for who's going to win, it is going to be something you want to follow all season long. It takes 1 week to have a huge payout. A $20 bet will pay you out $15,000 if you hit. That is what I'm talking about. So, guys, please follow along on the bets. We're going to be doing player prop bets. We're going to be doing parlays, money line picks, over unders, and specialties and futures. I am going to be putting out TikTok content as well as YouTube short content for you guys to be following on what to be betting on. And I want you guys to definitely pay attention. Please subscribe, follow to Sports Lounge Media. This is going to be the only place you're going to want to place your bet knowledge with is with me. I am a sports betting specialist under a few sports. Please follow, message, comment. And guys, as always, bet responsibly. There's no reason to throw money away. I appreciate all you guys, and I hope you have a great night. Follow my account at John J. Hamilton on TikTok. We will be having YouTube here shortly. Much love. Peace out. Bet responsibly. Thank you guys.